Money has changed a lot since people first started trading. This essay looks at how money began, how it works today, and why it's so important. We'll explore how money went from being actual things like gold to just paper and numbers on a screen. Understanding money better can help us make smarter choices about our finances. The birth of money. In the early days of human society, people relied on barter to trade goods and services. This method had significant drawbacks, primarily the double coincidence of wants, which meant that both parties had to want what the other offered. For example, a farmer with tomatoes needed to find a shoemaker who wanted tomatoes in exchange for shoes. This made trading cumbersome and inefficient. The introduction of money transformed this system. Initially, commodity money was used, where items like salt, shells, or livestock served as a medium of exchange. This allowed individuals to hold value in forms that went beyond their immediate needs. However, as trade expanded, the limitations of commodity money became clear, leading to the creation of metal coins around 600 BC in Lydia. These coins, made from precious metals, had intrinsic value and facilitated trade over greater distances. The illusion of value. As societies progressed, the concept of money evolved. The intrinsic value of coins eventually gave way to fiat currency, which derives its value from government decree rather than physical commodities. This shift marked the beginning of the illusion of money. Economist John Maynard Keynes noted that the challenge lies not in generating new ideas, but in moving away from outdated ones. The transition to fiat currency required a collective belief in its value, a trust that can be fragile. Fiat currency operates on the principle that its worth is determined by the faith and trust of its users. American economist Milton Friedman stated, "Inflation is always and everywhere a monetary phenomenon." This means that when governments print more money without corresponding economic growth, inflation occurs, diminishing the purchasing power of the currency. This situation underscores the delicate balance between money supply and economic output. The role of central banks. Central banks are crucial in managing this monetary system, controlling the money supply and interest rates to maintain economic stability. However, as demonstrated during the COVID-19 pandemic, rapid increases in the money supply can lead to unintended consequences. The U.S. government printed trillions of dollars to stimulate the economy, raising concerns about inflation and the dollar's devaluation. Investor Warren Buffett aptly remarked, "The stock market is designed to transfer money from the active to the patient, suggesting that while money can be printed, true wealth arises from investment and asset appreciation." Understanding money's true nature. To comprehend the profound impact of money, one must explore its philosophical and economic dimensions. In The Ascent of Money, Niall Ferguson argues that money is a social construct that has evolved over centuries. He emphasizes that understanding the history of money is vital to grasping modern economies. Today, the financial landscape is dominated by digital currencies and cryptocurrencies, which challenge traditional notions of money. Bitcoin, for example, represents a decentralized currency that operates outside government control, prompting questions about the future of fiat systems. Investor Ray Dalio highlights that the biggest problem is that money is not a storehold of wealth, emphasizing the need for individuals to seek alternative assets to preserve their wealth in an inflationary environment. The path to financial freedom. Recognizing that money is an illusion can be liberating. It encourages individuals to focus on acquiring appreciating assets rather than merely accumulating currency. The key is to invest in tangible assets, such as real estate, stocks, and commodities that can withstand inflation. Robert Kiyosaki, author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, emphasizes, "It's not how much money you make, but how much money you keep, and how hard it works for you." In conclusion, while inventions like fire and the wheel are monumental, money, a complex yet powerful construct, rightfully deserves recognition as humanity's greatest invention. Its evolution from barter to fiat currency reflects our collective understanding of value and trust. As we navigate modern finance's complexities, embracing the illusion of money and investing wisely will pave the way for financial freedom and security. Understanding the nature of money is the first step toward mastering it. Benefits of commodity-based currencies. Commodity-based currencies, or commodity currencies, are those whose value is closely tied to specific commodities a country produces and exports. Here are some key benefits of commodity-based currencies. Intrinsic value. Commodity-based currencies have intrinsic value because they are backed by physical commodities like gold, silver, oil, or agricultural products. This intrinsic value can provide a level of stability that fiat currencies may lack, especially during economic uncertainty. Stability and predictability. Countries that utilize commodity-based currencies often experience greater stability in their currency values when global demand for their commodities is high. For instance, the Australian dollar, AUD, is heavily influenced by the prices of commodities like iron ore and coal. When demand rises, the value of the AUD typically increases, benefiting the economy and its exporters. Enhanced trade opportunities. Commodity-based currencies can improve trade opportunities for exporting nations. As demand for a country's primary commodities increases, so does the demand for its currency, leading to favorable exchange rates that make exports more competitive globally. Countries like Canada and New Zealand, which export significant amounts of oil and dairy, benefit from stronger currencies when global commodity prices rise. Lower inflation risk. Because commodity-based currencies are tied to physical goods, they may be less prone to inflation compared to fiat currencies. When a currency is backed by a commodity, it limits governments' ability to print money excessively, which can lead to inflation. This principle was a key advantage of the gold standard, where the money supply was directly linked to gold reserves. Investment opportunities. Investors often view commodity currencies as a hedge against inflation and economic instability. By investing in currencies tied to commodities, traders can gain exposure to the underlying assets without directly investing in physical commodities, providing diversification in investment portfolios. Economic growth correlation. The strength of a commodity-based currency is often directly correlated with the economic performance of the exporting country. As demand for a country's commodities increases, so does its GDP, driven by higher export revenues. This relationship can create a positive feedback loop, where a stronger currency leads to increased foreign investment and economic growth. In summary, commodity-based currencies offer several benefits, including intrinsic value, stability, enhanced trade opportunities, lower inflation risk, investment potential, and a strong correlation with economic growth. These advantages make them an important aspect of the global financial landscape, particularly for resource-rich nations. In conclusion, to sum up, money has come a long way from coins to credit cards. It's a powerful tool, but its value comes from what we all believe, not from what it's made of. As new forms of money like Bitcoin appear, it's important to understand how money really works. By learning about money, we can make better choices about saving and spending. This knowledge helps us and can make the world fairer for everyone.